What is the most like daring or bold or out there baby name that you actually really like? My usual taste in names is very like safe grandma grandpa names. So Oscar, Simon, Arthur, Sylvie, Della, Etta, Vera, that type. The daring names I like, Gatsby, for a boy, I think is so handsome. Ever since we read that in high school, I was like, that makes such a nice first name. Obviously it was the last name in the book, but I think a man named Gatsby's love that. Next is Finnick, spelled the way like Finnick Fox. I mentioned that in a video probably this time last year and everyone's like, no, like the other spelling's much nicer. The thing is, for me, the letter K is hard for me to love in a name. I just like the softness of like the F-E and N-E-C. Ivy for a boy. I love Ivy for a girl, but take that love and multiply it by 10 when I imagine like a man named Ivy. That seems so handsome to me. The nature names seem so gender neutral in my opinion. And then Roscoe. I've talked about the name Roscoe since I started making videos. I just love it so much. For girls, I love the name Amaryllis. I'm typically not a long name person. I make an exception for Amaryllis. I think it's so pretty. Next is Evelette, the letter V in a name. Love it so much. I do worry if people would mispronounce this. I don't know how they would, but it's just like so unfamiliar. I don't know how people would react to it. The name Zulma, Z-U-L-M-A, that was my grandma's name. I've always thought it was so pretty. And like the letter K, I'm usually not overly compelled by names with Z's, but something about Zulma I make an exception for. I just really, really like it. And then finally the name Prairie. I know Meadow has gained like kind of mainstream attention. I feel like Prairie deserves that same amount of love. And I would love to know what yours are, and if you could see yourself actually ever using them. I don't think I could for mine, except probably Zulma, but like I said, I'd have to be naming like my 7th or 8th daughter, and in my head I imagine myself having 2 kids, so there would have to be like spontaneous septuplets happening in that case.